Hello everyone, this is Neil from writinghorses.com. It is Tuesday, the 10th of October, and time is 9:54 a.m. Well, it's been a little bit of a while since I've recorded some YouTube content. I have been pretty busy, and then unfortunately I come down with COVID a couple of weeks ago, and I'm okay myself. I had 48 hours of not feeling great at all, but it's just the tiredness thing is me. I've just not felt like doing absolutely anything. It completely wiped me out. I'm slowly getting there, and I'm virtually back to normal now, apart from the lack of smell and taste, which is completely disappeared, which is quite weird. Anyway, today, Tuesday, the 10th of October, I'm going to run through the spreadsheet now. We've got a few new members, and so this will be the first video for them. So I just want to explain a little bit of what we're going to do. And this is my personal approach of how I use the horse ratings. Now, everybody's different because everybody is looking for something different, be it some people might be looking for lay bets, some win bets, some each way bets. Now, I personally always try and find each way bets. The value is the only way to win long term, to try and find that edge on the bookmaker. So hopefully, if you've not seen these sort of videos before, this will give you a little bit of an idea of how you can use the horse ratings. Well, I'm going to give you an idea of how I use the horse ratings. I'm going to keep this video fairly short and sweet, and so I'm going to work my way through the horse ratings. I'm going to find a race preferably with 8 or more runners, and then we're going to try and narrow down the field, and then the final stage, the final step, is to see if our remaining horses offer some value. Okay, so number of meetings today. Brighton is a bit of a quirky track. We've got Huntingdon over the jumps, potential race there. Leicester on the flat, again another potential race there. Leicester again on the flat. We've got Punchdown, and we've got Southwell, or Southwell, whichever way you want to pronounce it. Okay, right. Well, we'll go for a race at Southwell because that gives the opportunity for people who are at work all day to catch up and see one of these videos. And Southwell is an evening meeting, so there's the 7 o'clock St Handicap, grade 6, grade 6, grade 5, grade 6. I think we'll settle for this one here, the 8 o'clock at Southwell. So I've got my pen and paper. I'm just going to make a note of that. And this is, of course, you don't have to follow what I do. This is just a personal preference of the sort of thing I do if I'm looking for each way value. Well, not necessarily each way value, but just basically value. So we'll go through this race now quickly, and then we'll see if there's any value at the end of it. So we can see this is a fairly open race. Our top rated is Clear, Rodborough, with a score of 23. Actually, I do know that Rodborough is a non-runner, so we'll dismiss this race because it is a top-rated horse. So we'll go down to the 8:30. Let's make a note of the 8:30. No point rating a race when I know there's a non-runner. I think there's actually a couple in that race. So the 8:30, and we'll see how we go with this. So this race is a bit more information here with Lednikov. There's a top rated at 21. Then Lord Taranaga at 18 and Springlow at 15. And then we can see pretty much after that there's not an awful lot between the bottom rated and the fourth rated, 11, 11, 10, 10, 9, 8, 7, 5. What is interesting is the draw bias over previous years at these sort of races is obviously low. You want to be low, 1, 2, 3, 4, and those 4 horses are all, pretty much a muchness on the ratings. So what I'm going to do straight away, because I don't want to make this video too long, I'm just going to concentrate on the top 3 because these are quite some way clear of the rest of the field. So already I've dismissed those bottom horses, and I'm going to delve a little bit deeper into what we've got with the information. Now, we can see with these top 3 horses that they're the only 3 horses that have got some sort of form over the course and distance, with Lednikov actual course and distance winner. We can see on the OF algorithm that Lednikov is 3rd ranked, Lord Taranaga 2nd, and Spring Glow 5th. So all got positive rating. The speed figures have Lord Taranaga 1st, Lednikov 3rd, and Spring Glow 5th. And if we move over to the power rating again, they pretty much follow suit, with Lord Taranaga top, Lednikov 2nd, and Spring Glow 4th. Now there is quite a discrepancy there with Lord Taranaga with a rating of 61, and then it does drop down to 42, so 19 clear of the 2nd rated and 23 clear of Spring Glow. Let's move over to the official ratings. Now we can see that Lednikov today is off a mark of 58. We can see that his form, he's been there or thereabouts without troubling the winning post, getting his head in front 1st or 2nd, but 3rd, 4th, 6th, 5th, 4th, been there or thereabouts. Today I was off a mark of 58. Now 6 runs ago he was off a mark of 65, and that is steadily dropped. 64, 64, 63, 61. Last time out 58, finishing 4th and off 58 today. Now his highest winning mark was off a mark of 64, so he's £6 lower than its previous highest win mark, which was this year. Lord Taranaga is off the same mark as it was 6 runs ago, 56, 55, 55, and if you look at the form you can see he's had a run of 3rds and 2nds, so he's been there or thereabouts. He's up £1 from its last run, but there's been barely any change, and you would expect him to go quite close again today. One thing to look at is that today's jockey Andrew Breslin takes £3 off, which may well make all the difference. Spring Glow, the 3rd of those horses, was off a mark of 68 6 runs ago, and again has steadily drifted down in the weights, and is now off a mark of 60. And again the form 5th, 3rd, 4th over the last 4 runs. Looking at that, I would probably say that this horse is probably at the moment in the grip of the handicap. But please beware, because the highest winning mark this horse has run off is 75, so he's £15 lower than its highest ever previous winning mark. But I'm tempted to dismiss Spring Glow and just make note of Lednikov and Lord Taranaga. Let's move across. Let's have a look at the lifetime horse stats. We can see that Lednikov goes well at the course. 2 wins from 3. Lord Taranaga 2 wins from 4. So both like it round here. The distance, Lednikov over 1 mile 4 has had a better win rate than Lord Taranaga. And the going, which is standard today, 20% strike rate and 15% strike rate for Lord Taranaga. So not much really difference in those two, apart from the slightly better win strike rate for our top rated. Let's have a look at the trainer and jockey stats for the last 14 days. A little bit concerned there. We can see that trainer Ivan Furtado has had no winners from 10. Philip Kirby just had the one winner from 17. Slightly better fortune for Jason Hart, who's more than a capable jockey, as we all know. 7 wins from 40. And apprentice here, Andrew Bresnan, just the 1 from 13. So there's not much to choose between the top 2. There really isn't, to be honest. Some things are in favour of one, and then some things are in favour for the other. So there's not really much to go on there. Just looking at the ratings. Yeah. Okay. To be honest, I'm really struggling to probably separate these two. Just quickly going through that information again. Do you ever want to look at the recent form? Jockey 34, 36. So again, not much there. To be honest, I think we've narrowed down the field to 3. I'm going to get rid of Spring Glow. The top 2 rated look like they're 2 good things. They're top rated on the general ratings, top 2 on the power ratings. So I think it's going to be all about, do either of these horses offer value? So this is the big and final stage, and I want to concentrate on these 2 columns, A, B and AC, which is the forecast odds and our odds. So let me just quickly run through what these columns mean for our new members. Now, when the ratings were collated, which is the evening before racing, obviously you'd have received your email last night around 8 o'clock. These are the prices that were available at that time. Okay, so around 8 o'clock we can see that Lednikov was available at 7-2. Of course, these are decimal odds, and Lord Toranaga was available at 7-2. So I'm just going to make a note of this. 7-2, 7-2. Now this is an important column here. This column we use an algorithm, and it takes into account all the data for each individual horse and all the data within the race. And what it does, our algorithm, then it gives us a price, what we think that horse should be to offer value. Now, Lednikov, our odds suggest that this horse, to offer us value, should be around the 11-2 mark. We shouldn't really be considering backing this horse unless we can get 11-2, or preferably a little bit bigger. But of course, the forecast odds were 7-2. Lord Toranaga, our odds suggest that this horse, for us to consider it a worthy option, should be around 7-2, which of course we know it was just below 7-2 there, but basically 7-2. But that doesn't necessarily mean that's the end of the picture, because now we're going to go over to Odds Checker and we're going to check the current live odds and see if there's been any movement. So the 8:30 at Southwell. Let's go over to Odds Checker and let's go over to the 8:30. And first of all, you can see there's no non-runners, which is great. So Lednikov, as we speak, best price available with a number of bookmakers is 4-1. Lord Toranaga, again, best price at 4-1. So not an awful lot of movement. So let's go back to the spreadsheet. So again, to quickly run through, Lednikov at 8 p.m. last night, when the ratings were collated, forecast price was 7-2. That has drifted out half a point to a price of 4-1. So we're getting a little bit a bigger price, but let's remember that our odds suggest we should only really be considering backing this horse if we can get 11-2 or bigger. So we need really Lednikov to drift today, so hopefully we can get close to that 11-2. Having said that, then that could possibly become a negative. Of course, we want the horse to drift so we gain a little bit of value, but if a horse is drifting from last night's price from 7-2 out to 11-2, which is, you know, getting on for nearly double the price, obviously that will be considered as a negative. So it is swings and roundabouts. So as things stand at the moment, I'm not looking to back Lednikov. On to Lord Toranaga. Now again, when the ratings were collated last night, this price was available at 7-2. Again, this horse has drifted slightly out to an early morning price of 4-1. So it's drifted just a small half a point. But our odds suggest for us to consider this horse, you know, anything around 7-2 is decent. So we are getting a little bit of value on that horse. So for me, that is good enough for me to warrant a small investment on that horse. It will be a small one because ideally I'd like an each way price, and we're not going to get that by the looks of it. The prices are pretty firm from 7-2 last night. A slight drift out to 4-1, but that is offering us a little bit of value. So that's how I personally use the ratings. I look to narrow down the field. Now some of you may well think, well, maybe I was too quick to dismiss some of these horses, because it is all about building a bigger picture. And of course, if we look a little bit deeper, we can see that Saka had a rating of 9, but it was the top OF algorithm horse, 5th on the power rating and 2nd on the speed. And maybe you could give an argument for Oriental Art, that is 4th on the algorithm, 4th on the speed and 3 on the power rating. And early doors suggested that was offering close to what value we would ideally be looking for, which would be an each way price. But for the preference for this video, I wanted to get through this quickly. Didn't want to bore you for too long, and I have narrowed down that field to 3 because there is a bit of a drop there. And all things considered, I think a small win bet on Lord Toranaga, offering us a little bit of value, is the way to go. I hope that helps you in your own selection process, but of course everybody's different. And if you've got your own ways, by all means, get in touch and let us know what you like to do, and if you've had success doing it. And I will leave it there before my throat and voice finally packs up. I will speak to you soon. Hopefully we'll be doing a few more of these videos now. I'm getting close back to full fitness, as it were. And whatever you're on today, the very best of luck. Enjoy your betting, and I will speak to you very soon. Take care. Bye bye.